We are back with another video, and this one is going to be helping you beat the Daitengu Bamboo Forest Challenge. This challenge is a tricky one, which is why I decided to make this video. I hope it helps you guys out. If it does, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. You can turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my uploads. Let's get started. Now you can do this in the public, or you can do it in the party if you have a team with you. When you first get into the challenge, it is going to spawn you into a random spot. Now there are 4 different locations that you might be spawned into. And if you don't spawn with your teammates, don't worry, they are on the map with you, just in a different location. Your job is to start looking for the boss. Now he is going to spawn in 3 locations. One location is up on the hill. If you go up the little rockway, and he'll be at the top of that. Another location is on the bridge, and this is to the right side of one of the spawn areas, with a waterfall not too far behind it. Another location is the island, and this is pretty much in the middle of the map. It's a bit tricky at first to get to know your way around, but once you've moved around the map a bit, it's pretty easy to get to the locations. Might take a little bit of traversing, but you will get there. When you first run into the boss, do not engage him yourself. Wait for your other teammates to show up before you attack him. And the reason why I say this is because you're going to get dropped really hard. Once your whole group is there and ready to go, then you can engage him. Now for this dungeon, I recommend 2 different classes, one being Guardian. This is going to help because this can keep your teammates and yourself healed up. Another is the Necromancer. So if you have some of you guys running Guardian and some of you running Necromancer, then you should be faring pretty well. I've seen some suggestions of people running Paladin. The downside with Paladin is it uses a lot of mana, and it does not provide very much for anybody else in your party. When fighting the boss, you are going to want to avoid his attacks, and this is pretty easy to do as long as you can evade his attacks. The minute you see that red beam or the red circles, move out of that zone. This is very important that everybody in your team try to avoid his attacks as much as possible. Gets a bit trickier when his shadows appear and you need to kill them. Now the first wave is pretty easy, and as long as you're evading the boss's attacks, then you should be able to get through the first wave pretty easily. After the boss is done, I was going to say killed, but he doesn't die at this point, he's going to move to another location, and once again you and your team need to go and find him. Once he's been found and everybody is there, then you can get together and you can engage him again. It's going to be a bit trickier on the second round because the shadows that he spawns, there's more of them and they have more HP. But again, use the same method as you did in the first wave, avoiding the attacks as much as possible and hitting them. Another thing you want to make sure you do is make sure your HP is full, or at least as close to full as possible. I recommend having health potions, plenty of those, and mana potions if you need them. For the cross skill, you're gonna want to have Holy Bolt, and the reason why is because Holy Bolt will give you or somebody nearby who needs HP some well-deserved HP. Now if you don't have Holy Bolt, then you can use one of the other cross skills you feel will benefit better, but if you have Holy Bolt, use that. Working together as a team is the best way to beat this, so when you're fighting the shadows, try to focus on one of the shadows and take that one down first, and then work on the next one. If you're working together to take down the shadows instead of doing them individually, you'll find that they drop much quicker. When you're finished the second wave, start looking for the boss again. The third wave is going to be the trickiest. Again, you are going to want to make sure you avoid the attacks as much as possible. Get in there and cause some damage, but when you need to pull away, by all means pull away and make sure that your HP stays full. or at least as close to full as possible. There's going to be a mess of shadows, and they have a lot of HP, so this part is tricky just because of them, let alone the damage the boss does. When you finally kill the boss, you are going to be getting a feather, as well as an item piece that he drops, which is great. And after the boss is done, you're going to be able to get a quest in this area. So before leaving this area, if this is your first time in this area, go up to the little hill. You're going to see him just above the bridge. Traversing up there, and you are going to be seeing this guy right here. Interact with him and you'll be getting yourself a quest. Grab this quest. Over at the dojo, you can talk to this guy and grab the second part of the quest. Now, beating this part of the quest is easier said than done, and at the end of it, nothing happens. Is this a mistake? No, there will be more quests coming eventually, but right now the quest ends just after this part. So what you gotta do is head back to the dungeon and start looking for the Angel Shade. Now this is tricky to find. Here is some screenshots of the locations. And this is what the flower looks like right here. And when you grab the flower, it is going to complete that quest. Like I said, there will be more quests coming, so you're going to want to make sure to grab this secret quest with the secret flower. And at this point you would think, well, there we go, I've learned just about everything I need to know about this dungeon. You would be wrong. There is something else that you can do in this dungeon, and I'll show you that right now. First, near the beginning, well, one of the spawn areas, like I said, at the beginning you spawn in random locations. You are going to be able to head over this direction from this spawn location. Now this is not too far away from the bridge. So just over here you've got this tree right here, and you can jump up this tree, and if you head all the way up to the top, when you get up to the branch area, you cut to the left and you go up there, and there's going to be a trap up there that's going to kill you. This is going to be giving you a title. This is the title right here that you get if you do that. It's a bit tricky getting up that tree, but if you can manage to do it, this is the title that you will be receiving. So there we go. I hope those tips help you guys out with this dungeon. When I first jumped into this dungeon, I was expecting it to be stupid hard. I had guidance thanks to some people from the Federation, so big thanks to you guys for helping me with this video. And anybody else that gave me tips along the way, big thanks to you, because I was able to use that information in this video. I would also like to thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.